So
Yeah.
can you give us a little bit of background color on that, on, potentially from the title standpoint of it? We understand the liability and not being able to release it because there was still that lien on there. But at some point, I'm assuming the attorneys have to get involved and say, hey, we're willing to take on the risk based on the information that we had. Because that was actually the resolution, correct, Daniel?
It was an option,
Right.
but that would have delayed it even longer because they would have had to go to their legal team and do all that kind of stuff, and I didn't want that. So I I sat in Isaiah's office, and I'm like, we're calling her right now. And he's like, and I love Isaiah, and Isaiah and I are really good friends. He's like, all right, Daniel, let's do it. And so
Isaiah just hangs his head in shame, closes his door, and says, all right, sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyways, on that, from
Yeah.
the consumer side and all of that, can you help explain why the nameless seller, even though you said her name, why that needed to be done to protect her?
Yeah, and so that's the part of why you get title insurance, is that because, she knew that she had paid off this loan. But the reason why you get a title report is because it's a public record. It keeps track to make sure that, if there was a balance owed, that it does get paid. So it's, it's part of that clear title. You want to make sure, and when you do pay off a loan, you want to make sure that that paid in full letter or that reconveyance gets recorded to show that, it's been taken care of. So, there's all kinds of surprises that pop up on title reports, and that's the reason why you get title insurance. Sellers, if you inherit a property, the previous owners, they may have taken out a loan, or, we see all kinds of stuff. People don't want to go to an attorney to get advice or to prepare the correct documents. They do it on their own. That's another interesting scenario. So that's what our role is to make sure, that we take a look at all those recorded documents and say, okay, this is what we need. And some files they're quite interesting. You have to follow up and make sure, because you want to take care of it when you want to take care of it as soon as possible, because you don't want it to keep going on and on. And so there are vehicles. So like, say in this situation, say if you weren't able to get somebody to Wells Fargo, we always do have a little bit of an area where, we can talk to legal, and, we always look for different ways. Okay, well, this isn't working. What else can we do? So there's always things going on behind the scenes in our office where we run into issues. And if it's not easily solvable, or, if previous parties are deceased, there's different protocols into place, and, we have legal counsel, and sometimes it comes down to it's a risk-based decision. Do we feel comfortable insuring this property? Do we think that this, previous trust deed was paid? What we're dealing with now, past couple of years, is just a lot of fraud. There's a lot of fraud, a lot of fraudulent notaries, fraudulent reconveyances being recorded. So there's a lot of things in the industry that are starting to show up, and so it's changing how we process title.
Yeah.
Yeah.